What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna be looking at I will never send photos to guys again.
Sonny Daniel Enterprises. Bad things. There's a lot of bad things that they wish and 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 they got plans, got plans, got plans, got plans.
I will never send my photos to guys again. Hello, I'm Julie, I'm 21, and now I'm gonna tell you why I said this. Last year, I met a guy online. His name was Drake. At least, that was the name on his profile. At first,
That music is loud.
our correspondence didn't mean anything to me, and then I got so used to his daily messages that I couldn't put my phone down and shared everything that was going on in my life with him. Experiences, thoughts, worries, and my personal photos. Drake himself asked me to. At first I was shy, and in the photo I even put a shirt on over my underwear. But he was delighted. He said that I was incredibly beautiful
Did you get a picture of him though? I mean, you just throwing it out there, huh?
and had nothing to be ashamed of, and asked me to send more. I sent another photo, and then another, and another. This went on for several months. Each time he asked for a bolder and more revealing shot. Now I'm ashamed to talk about it, but I like getting admiring compliments from him. So
I mean, I get that, but did he send you any photos? Do you even know what this man looks like?
I didn't object and continued this one-sided photo shoot. When I was finally tired of it, I told Drake, but he ignored me and asked for new photos. Then I decided to express that I was offended by not contacting him for more than a day. In response, I received one voicemail. And here's what it was. Your whole city, your friends, classmates, and teachers in college, and your whole family will see your cool photos. He was gonna show everyone who I really was.
Dude just went straight to the blackmail. Like, I mean, no chill whatsoever. One day, straight to blackmail.
My life became a nightmare. Drake blackmailed me and asked me to send new photos in exchange for his silence. Out of fear that he would fulfill his threat, every evening I regularly followed his instructions. But he became really picky. He said that my photos were totally boring and I wasn't trying.
Dude just out here got a whole OnlyFans rocking right now.
He asked me to come up with something new. Immediately retake the photos and
Yo, what if he does though? What if this dude has like an OnlyFans account and he using her pictures to make money? Yo, that might be what's happening, y'all.
somehow surprise him. This went on for 2 weeks. I began to get startled when my phone would vibrate, because his messages were frightening and kind of disgusting to me. And then one day he suddenly messaged me and said that all of this had finally bored him and we were taking things to a new level. He followed up with a voicemail and went like this.
He got this whole girl just like, almost like the movie Saw, like, you know what I'm saying? She's just like a victim.
You must come to my house immediately and do everything that I tell you to do. I texted you the address. I'm waiting. He sent the
Dang.
address, but I couldn't believe my eyes. Our city is small, and the mansion indicated in the message belonged to a well-known local businessman. I couldn't believe that this person was capable of such depravity. I decided that it was all a prank, and Drake was an ordinary loser sitting on the other side of the screen and pretending to be a different person. I refused to go anywhere. In response, Drake warned me for the last time that if I didn't come right away, then tomorrow my not-so-good photos would be on every billboard in our city. You're a fool, I told him. Of course, I didn't believe this nonsense, and
Yeah, I don't know, man. You taking a chance, but I feel why you wouldn't want to go either. This is gonna get crazy.
stayed at home. In the morning, on the way to class, I saw myself 10 times larger on a huge billboard in the city center. After a few more meters, on another one, and then another. As it turned out later, Drake wasn't lying and really lived in that lavish mansion. He was the son of that well-known millionaire. It wasn't difficult for him to turn my stupid flirt into a real scandal. Oh, all through the day, my phone was blowing up. Relatives, friends, and even complete strangers called and called me. Some sympathized, some were just curious, and some insulted me with the most disparaging words. And although my image was taken down from the billboards that evening, I just couldn't go back to school. I couldn't meet my friends at Starbucks like before.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, like, you think about it, you kind of famous now. Not for a good thing, but a lot of girls do this.
Even just go to the store or the mall, it seemed like everyone was laughing at me behind my back. So I left college and moved to another city where no one else knows me. And where I'll never send any of my photos to a guy from some social network page who I practically don't even know. That's my story. Write in the comments about any.
I mean, that was kind of a lame story. I'm not even gonna lie. That's kind of lame. I think this place where I'm looking at this from is lame.
You had similar to mine. If you've had any that involve strangers like that online.
Let's see what this bonus story is. 'Cause that one was kind of lame, y'all.
I'm Kate, and 3 years ago, when I was only 20, I made an irreparable mistake. My boyfriend at the time, now ex-boyfriend, asked me to send him a photo of me in my underwear. I stood in front of the mirror, stuck a flirty pose, and snapped a couple of shots. They turned out awful, not a hint of backside. No matter how far I stuck it out, there was no perkiness to my obviously curvy body. I had nothing in common with fitness goddesses from the internet, whose half-naked photos I
Why does she look like that now, though? That's the real question.
liked every night. The next day, I went to the gym in sweatpants and my boyfriend's huge t-shirt, so as to hide my unsightly figure. I was terribly self-conscious and thought that everyone was looking at me. I didn't even dare to approach the bar on the first day, but I firmly decided that I would earn my right to tight-fitting leggings, a short top, and a photo by the mirror in the locker room showing my abs.
I mean, just wear it, girl. What the
I trained every day, did 15 hours of cardio a week, and maintained a low-carb, almost fat-free diet. My body was exhausted, my nails began to break, the drain became completely clogged with my hair after washing, and I couldn't think clearly. My grades started slipping and I always felt extreme fatigue. I lost weight, but became saggy. I did not have perkiness problems or a round waist, and my abs did not appear. The fat is gone, taking with it a significant portion of the already scarce supply of my muscles. In tears, I scoured the forums, talked about my situation, and asked for advice. In a private message, a guy under the username BB.
You know what? I think I figured this out. She probably jumped on some hormones, and that's why she got a mustache and all them bumps on her face.
Boy 93 wrote to me and recommended light steroids for women, which he said were effective and had no side effects.
Yeah.
He said that all semi-professional bodybuilders and bikini models use them. He left a link to the site where you can purchase them. I decided to order some pills for a test. After my first dose, I immediately noticed a surge of strength. Training got easier, my brain started thinking again, and I gained a healthy appetite. A month later, my body began to take shape. I started eating right, but it was clear that without these miracle pills, I could never look like the beauties from Instagram.
That's not true, though. You need help, but that's definitely not true. You don't need steroids to look like Instagram models. Sometimes you need surgery, but you don't need steroids.
Whose photos I gave likes to. I did not want to spend years in the gym if it was possible to get the desired result in just a couple of months, extending my course for another month. After 6 months, I had reached my ideal physique. I was happy with my reflection in the mirror and finally liked myself. I posted photos on Instagram and guys started talking to me. I was happy with the shape I was in. After a while, I stopped taking the pills and relaxed, allowing myself a little more rest and a bit of my favorite dessert. But hardly any time passed before I lost shape again. I became bigger and shapeless. On my belly, it's not that my abs disappeared, but fat showed up there and cellulite on my legs. I went on a strict diet, but even on a calorie deficit without pills, I had to hit the gym regularly, so I wouldn't turn into a blob. I was hysterical, I had no strength, and I saw only one solution to the problem: to return to pills again. I ordered from the same manufacturer, but this time with a larger order for stockpiling. After taking a dose, my strength and appetite always returned. A few months later, my figure was almost perfect again.
Hey, that's rough, man. She hooked on that stuff, man. I don't really know much about that steroid life, but I know that once you get on it, it's a wrap.
When I ran into old friends, they were elated at the shape I was in. "What's with your voice?" they asked.
Like if I popped steroids and lifted, I probably would look like The Rock in like 2 months. But I would never do that because it's just not worth it. I'd rather be fat than take steroids to look like The Rock. I'll put the work in. It ain't never worth it to take steroids, man.
That's when I first started noticing the frightening changes to my body. "I must have lost it at a Maroon 5 concert," I said. Then one time at lunch in a cafe with my friends, Joanne whispered to me, "Listen, Kate, psst, you know upper lip hair can be removed with wax." I had never had noticeable hairs before. After a while, hair even began to actively grow on my hips and stomach. My voice became rough and unpleasant. My skin got noticeably worse, and I was covered with acne. And worst of all, the most unexpected zone for me had clearly gotten larger. I tried to remember the last time I had a period, but couldn't. I looked at myself in the mirror, and it was as if I had woken from a deep sleep.
Turn to a man, bitch.
How could I have allowed this to happen to me? How did I turn into this? Cinderella lost her slipper at the chimes of the clock, and I, my femininity. I tried so hard to like myself and win the approval of other people that I ruined my own natural body. And all of this came from a complex, a consequence of being in a rush to see results.
I'm trying to tell you, man, that's why if I can tell y'all anything, man, don't be tripping like this, man. Like, you go on Instagram, you see stuff, it look good. It's going to require a long time of putting in the work. But you got two options. I always tell y'all this. You got two options. You either hit the gym, or shut the fuck up. It's two options, man. Either accept who you is and shut the fuck up, or hit the gym. And that's it. That's the only two options. She chose a third option, which doesn't exist. And that's turning into a man. I don't know what she's trying to do.
A misunderstanding of how healthy training should go and what goes into the construction of a beautiful body. Now I'm 23 years old, have been steroid free for a year now. I want to be healthy and look feminine, but my hormones have not recovered. Never take pills that you don't know anything about.
Dang, so she's stuck like that?
I want to be happy, and I'm learning to love myself for who I am, even now. I continue to visit the gym and haven't lost faith that everything will be okay in the end.
Man, that's rough, man. I don't really like this animation channel, though. Their stories are kind of weak, but that's crazy, man. But yeah, like I said, man, don't ever pop no pills, you know what I'm saying? If you see some fitness goals, you know you're going to have to hit the gym. If not, you're going to have to accept who you is and do what you do the way you are. Love y'all. Peace. Hit the gym or shut the fuck up.